Okay, hello.
Hello.
Happy.
Yeah,
Happy.
Really have to say we are happy, you know. Sometimes we forgot that we have to be very, very happy because we can meet every week, you know. This is something actually we should be happy about. Thank you, Li Jin, and thank you, Esther. Always for being
Thank
with
you.
AuntieBoleh. We name it AuntieBoleh Triosome. Thank you very much for always
Thank
being
you.
so supportive to AuntieBoleh. Yes. That's why this is something commitment now we are going to talk about. Well, AuntieBoleh made a commitment now that we have the AuntieBoleh Triosome. Yeah. So we meet every
Yeah.
Thursday. So this is a commitment that we do. Three of us we commit to have this together. We share. And I thank you on my mentor Esther and Li Jin for every time help me like in a way that I have this commitment and my AuntieBoleh meet up to next Saturday will be the 100th times, you know. Wow, I feel so good.
Wow.
Thank you. So this is the commitment
Congratulations.
I make from
Congratulations.
2020 June until now. I haven't even stopped for one Saturday. So this is the commitment which I make and I learned so much from it. Yeah. Thank you so much. So today we are talking about tonight we are talking about commitment. What do we know about commitment? I found from I say the definition of a commitment is a promise or agreement to do something. So yeah, this one at least the first thing I fulfill lah, to do something. So okay, maybe we have different interpretation or whatever. So yeah, maybe would like to invite maybe Lijin to say something about it.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, AuntieBoleh, Esther Smiley.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
good evening. Commitment is part of our life. In many areas because as a child we are also been given some commitments without realizing. Parents will make us commit certain things, like commit not to tell lies, or commit to do housework, to commit to do a lot of things. So those are also commitments, though it is not clearly spelled out, or like in black and white that we have to sign. Then as we grow older, or when we go to school, and later on, especially when we are in the working environment, when we join certain association or clubs, we also have commitment. Like for example, in Toastmasters, when we join, we also have to put our hands this way to commit, to be a good member of good standing, and also to help others and to help ourselves. So all these are commitments. So we cannot run away from commitments. Commitments are with us, whether we like it or not. And commitment is also, it makes us stronger. It made us fulfill things that we, if without commitment, we may not do. But when there's a certain commitment, and some commitment, like I say, is in black and white, how that is more serious. Yeah. So later I will talk more about the little or the big commitments that I've made in my life. Okay, Esther.
Wonderful. Yeah, regarding commitment, is really is part of our life, and then it's always with us. Only thing we didn't realize, and because the degree of commitment, it would be different now when we play different role. So sometimes if we play a role of a small child, the commitment is there, but the degree is not that high. I mean, for the child that time is high amount, is the highest for the child, but to an adult is something not that high. But when it comes to adult, even the degree of commitment even more. Then we'll come to life commitment some more. So so really commitment is something that is always with us. And if we didn't bring up, thank you AuntieBoleh for bringing up this topic commitment. If we didn't bring up, we sometimes not aware, not aware that we are already committed to something and we need to play the role well. We normally not aware because we're happily going here, and then we say okay, people say this, we say okay, we say that okay, this okay, forgotten that okay is not really that okay. It's committed already, so you have to do something. So awareness is very important, and thank you, Auntie Boleh, for bringing this commitment as a tonight's topic. We will talk more about this. Yeah, very happy lah. Very happy to have this topic, Auntie Boleh.
Yeah. Commitment, sometimes we say like what Esther say, okay, okay, or next person they would like to sometimes they add something. I see first, so see first is not really commit. They're not really commit. They will say I see first. See first. My friend told me see first is actually equals to zero. So no, so see first, they once tell me, I say see first is not, they will directly tell me, you know what, when you say see first, you are telling me the no, but you don't want to say no, but you say see first. But anyway, so commitment is something that, big lah, I feel it's big lah. Once you say already, then we have to do. If we don't do sometimes, then you don't feel good. So when you don't feel good, then they not simply make commitment. So this is something that we have to actually what you say, something that we like Jin say is agreement. Then we have to write black and white. But this is something that you commit to yourself. So it is also it say yeah, it's an agreement or pledge to do something in the future. So commitment is something that you promise to do. Okay, so now talking about actually what is the purpose of commitment? Do we really need? I say okay means okay lah. I feel I help you lah. Okay, enough lor. I feel I help you. Right? I don't have to commit when I say this and that. So what is the purpose when you say you want a commitment? What is the purpose of wanting commitment? Yeah, Jean.
Purpose of commitment, it depends on the individual, but I personally feel that when we made a commitment, it made us more sure of what we have to do. At least it's more focused rather than say see first, okay lah, maybe lah. But when we make a commitment, it's already in us, either the conscious or the subconscious mind that tell us that this thing is important. This thing is important. The emphasis of the importance and that we have the capability to do it, and we will do our best to do it. If there's no real saying of commitment, or like even like I said black and white commitment, we may take things very easy and not so serious. Maybe we will not put our fullest into that subject that we are committed to. Like say if we are committed to pass our exam. Okay, this is for individual during my time when I was in Form 3, Form 5. Form 3 we have a LCE, they call Lower Certificate of Education, and Form 5 we have this MCE, which is the Malaysian Certificate of Education. So at that time I commit that I must not only do well, but maybe to get like 5 distinctions. So my commitment is there. So when I verbalize my commitment, even in writing down, say I commit 5 distinctions. So it really spur me on to really work for it. So when Auntie Boleh, you ask, is commitment important? Yes. When we said it out, when we commit, it's different. It's different from when there's no commitment and you want to go for the 5 distinction, and with commitment you want to go for the 5 distinction. With commitment is easier and more focused. In anything, I'm just quoting exams, but even in work life also, when we commit, or even as a mother, when they're going to bring the child, the mother and father to the world, they say, I commit that I will bring up the child with full education and all that. Then they will spur them to do it. So commitment to me is important. Yeah, Esther?
Commitment is important, yes. To me, it's also very important because at least it's a guide. It's a guideline that is a great teacher. Like this is a guide that I can follow, I can hold on to it. So commitment is very important. From small, I find that my commitment is not to harm anyone. To be a harmless being. So whatever I do, I become relate to it relate to harm, not harmful be kind not to harm as long as not harming anyone then okay. Then so in this way, if anyone that do something good then I will follow, or I will just support or whatever. So I find that it's a very good guide, a good guide. have commitment is very good because it really we're not so confused we're not so confused. If like now the world is so so many, I mean many things. Last time it's not so so info rich now so so many things. So if we have our own commitment, we feel something good the value we want to have to cultivate, we make it as a commitment, then we ourselves would not be so confused. It helps a lot in whatever situation. It helps us to be calm and we have inner peace. That is commitment to me. I find that it's very important. And in life itself, because I ever say I mature very fast, that means I become older faster than many others lah. So in this way, that's why I already committed very young. I already committed I'm not going to marry. Not means men are not good lah, I'm not going to marry is what it's my own personal business lah. So I make myself not to marry is because I find that not necessary lah. To me, it's not necessary. That's why I'm not married. Because I ever ask my mama why people get, I mean when get to a certain age already, then need to marry lah. Need to have this marriage process, this thing. So she told me that I mean in olden days, because as a girl, parents were worried lah. If not wait, they can't take care of themselves, you see. So they have to find someone that to take care of her, so they will not be so worried. So even in the stomach itself, in the womb itself, they're being betrothed also. If the family is good, if you have a boy, have a girl, then betrothed lah, engaged lah. So I find that she said, because I asked why, because she said last time olden days girls don't have the chance of be independent in their living lah. So they can't get their own income, they can't have a job or this and that they can't work for a living lah. They have no chance, so they have to be arranged in this way for parents will feel good lah. Then when she said in your generation you all have a choice, is because you're with education and everything changes like men's and ladies, genders equality, all these things come in already, it become you have a choice. I say, and then I listen, I have a choice, then it's okay. Since I have a choice, then I make my choice. So when choice is made, that means it's a commitment. But the commitment I make in such with a clear consciousness, so there is no regret. Never will never regret. No matter how, whatever thing happen or whatever, like some man come to me that he can change my mind. I say, very sorry. It can never be changed because I know, although I'm easygoing, but there's a side that I'm very stubborn too. So can never be changed. And I say very thank you so much. So commitment make is a choice make, and then it's not easily discouraged.
Thank
you, AuntieBoleh.
You say commitment say must do it. Commitment 100%, not 99, especially commitment to self. To self, right? Otherwise, don't simply. This is to self that you promise yourself that you want. Commitment in relationship is a choice. So this is also a choice that you make. And thank you. This what you call that. Ivy also say something. Don't regret now after making commitment. So no regret. I thought what Esther has just shared. So something that like Lizzie also say. So also this Ivy has mentioned. Imagine how suicide bomber makes commitment. So okay, so this is something actually really good. So there's another thing we said is, so this is their choice, as we say, they make their choice. But and again the question now comes, is commitment a good thing? Is commitment a good thing? So people make their choice because I commit, no matter it's good or not, I will do this like suicide bomber or whatever. But is commitment a good thing? So since this topic comes like that, since I didn't make such a statement, so let's talk about, is commitment a good thing? But
AuntieBoleh, just now you asked whether commitment is important. Yes, commitment is important. And now you twist the question to say, is commitment a good thing? So it's like contradictory. Yes, got good and not so good. It depends. It's like what Esther said, it's a choice a person made. So a person can make good choice, a person can make bad choice. That is that person's choice. So commitment is that drive that person to go and do that task. Yes, it can be like the suicide bomber. His commitment is to blast himself or herself off killing people. So that is his commitment. So commitment is individual desire. So we it can be for the good and the not so good or the bad option so it's still their choice. To me, I look into the more positive side for myself. When I make a commitment, it is more for the goodness for myself and the society. Again, suicide bomber, I have I cannot say much because there are so many things that could have influenced their choice making. But with commitment, it gives us strength. With commitment, it gives us our desire stronger and to do whatever we want to do. And if we very focus on what we want to do with the commitment, usually it will go through. Jennifer mentioned that it has to be 100%. Yes, we will give 100%, but sometimes 100% we still can't achieve. But at least we have commit and we have done our best. We have do our best. You say don't simply commit. We have to be daring enough to really make commitment. If not, then in this world, a lot of people dare not make commitment, and things will not be at the superlative, the highest, most effective form. It's true. So if we commit 100%, and we do our best, our best. We will not know whether we can really achieve 100%, but we are doing our best. So at that moment when we commit, we are very sure that we can do it. We have the desire, we have the passion, we have the ability, and we believe also that we have the ability. That's why we commit. So Auntie Boleh, when you say is commitment a good thing or a bad thing, or you put it in that way, is commitment a good thing? To me, it is, yes, and also it's important. Yeah, Esther.
Okay, thank you. No, it's okay. I'm not twisting what is the importance of a commitment, because since Esther, I don't, since Ivy wrote something, so we just want to answer to what
Oh,
she
yes,
say about.
yes. I
Yeah,
understand
good, good.
where you are heading to. Yeah, to Esther smiling.
Yeah, to
Okay,
me, commitment is a good thing to me for personal choice. So I say I put one example, my personal choice. So that is a good thing to me because I'm very clear. I'm very clear why I make such a choice. Yeah. So like for example, not example, it's real case lah. Real case when someone say someone interested in me. So when I really have a close look at him, another image of old man appeared. So I find that, oh dear, this is not what I want because he will turn old. I mean, although I will be turned old too, but I find that is not what I want. So I make it no lah. So if personal commitment, I find that it's very easy because it's our own choice. And then we are answerable for it. We are responsible. We are answerable. We can be very 100% easier, much, much easier. But if we have commitment that related to another person, for example, wedding, then it become another person involved. When another party is involved, I find that this have to be very serious. It's not easy as my personal commitment. If concern another person, then have to make it very seriously because it concern another life. Yeah, it's not our own life that is answerable. We need to answerable for the other party too. So for this part, I really hope that those who make commitment that related to any other party, take it very seriously and very clearly, and hope that you have a very happy ending. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Auntie Boleh. Personal commitment is easier.
Auntie Boleh, we cannot hear you.
Uh,
Yeah, so Akila is saying something, yeah, writing. Yes, Auntie, commitment is about realizing one's own priority and the ability to carry out the responsibility that comes with it. Mm. Yeah, thank you, Akila, for yeah, I'm very happy that Akila is here with us. Yeah. Okay. So we were talking about the commitment in different way. Okay, so come to a bigger team now. That's not is our own ourselves. Okay, bigger team. How does a commitment make a good leader? Let's say for leader, we take as all commitment is a good thing. So in a team, how does commitment make a good leader? Yeah, because we are in so many NGO and leader in many things. Then let's talk about commitment. How does it make a good leader? Yeah.
Yeah, that sound interesting. Yeah, because Auntie Boleh, Esther Smalin, and myself, we are also with NGOs, and also not in the business leadership, but more on the leadership in the NGO. And I like the phrase that Ivy put. She said, "Committee and commitment, same root word." So committees must have commitments. So yeah, I didn't realize too that committee actually the word is commit. Yes. So when you are in the committee or the executive committee in an organization, in our case, non-governmental organization, leaders do make commitments. And leaders, when they make commitment, or the team of ESCO members make commitment, it showed their integrity too. If they withhold the agreement and withhold their commitment and follow through. Yes. And leaders don't say, "Oh no, I don't make commitment." Hey, I don't know. I don't make commitment. Cannot. A leader who commit and carry out whatever he or she had committed shows that he is a true leader, a strong leader, a very focused leader with vision, mission, and extras. And so, yes, leaders with commitment and leaders without commitment is really far apart. It really shows the strength of a leader with commitment. Yeah, thank you for that question, Auntie Boleh, and back to Esther Smalin.
Okay, thank you, thank you. For as what I see, if the commitment is personal, is our own self, it's very easy. Commitment with just now, if I said if two people, if with another party, it will start not easy already because you have to consider the other party, the welfare of the other party. Now, if we as a leader, our commitment is more than two people, is among many people. So the commitment is really not easy. Not easy. We have to, like they say, people say servant leader, servant leadership. Must have like servant leadership spirit, and also must leader for the people, not a leader for your own self. So in this way, I find that if commitment really helps. If a leader that know how to be a leader for the people and know how to be a servant leadership, I find that our world will be wonderful. But sometimes they just forgotten. That is very sorry. I hope that leader can always remember. Can always remember, because as a leader, we respect. Why we respect is because of their commitment we respect. So I hope that leaders always can remember their commitment. Yeah. Auntie Boleh, agree?
Yeah. As Jin say, we are in the NGO for so many years. Actually, we do make commitments as a leader. What? Yeah, this is something that when once we have said now, we already committed ourselves for so many years, and so must be happy lah. So we are happy of what we are doing now. So you find that to commit on this is uh you feel happy doing it lah. So something the desire. So again, the importance of commitment. So it come to, let's say just now is as a leader. So the commitment, can I put it, is it the same as if you, how do you show commitment to a team? Will it be a bit that, does it sound same or a little bit different? As a good leader, how do you show how does commitment
Oh,
make a good leader?
okay.
So now, how do you show commitment to a team?
Oh, how do we show commitment to a team? First of all, the commitment have to be declared first lah. You declare the commitment then, and then the team will really watch you and see whether you are a leader worth following or not. If you keep your commitment, then yes, your team will follow you. And true commitment will also attract people to you and even inspire those around you. Yes, so this is how commitment will work. You use commitment as a tool to lead is also wonderful. Oh yes, to you, Esther Smalin. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Commitment is a drive lah, huh? Is a choice made and it's a drive. If as a leader in a community will be as a group, will be for the group, for the betterment of the group, for the welfare, for the well-being of the group. Then if commitment, our commitment like this year, we commit in this way, we'll tell our group lah, let us commit to finish this by this year. Next year we see how much another any higher thing that we can do, any wider scope that we can do. Let's say for example reaching out, this group, okay, this year let us try reaching out to this group, this particular group. Next year we may try another group and let our outreach activity keep on expanding. So commitment is not fixed, it's not rigid, is flexible, and important thing is for the betterment of everyone. We change for the betterment of everyone. That is how I see commitment.
Thank you, Esther. Yeah. So we're so happy when you talk about commitment. Yeah, in a way, because we are happy doing it, so we feel that happy to have a commitment especially in an NGO. We need to commit, then the things will run. So I think right now, can commitment revise, make changes? That's why when we have commitment, as what Jean said, you target, okay, I commit, I want to LCE last time, I want to get 5 A's. This is a commit. So can commitment revise, make changes. So that means something when before we make commitment, we must have the objective or whatever NGO, what are the new, let's say the committee they set the objective. It must be clear before you commit certain thing. Right? You don't simply commit, but you say make changes. We see how does it, the importance of it needs to change or whatever. What do you think about it? When commitment
Okay.
can be revised, okay,
Like
I committed on.
yes, like what Esther Smiley mentioned that, we can make changes definitely for the betterment. Even Jennifer Liu also mentioned, Ivy did pose a question. Jennifer did mention that, sometimes even at 99%, we can still make little changes, but it's still in alignment with what we have committed. Esther Smiley also mentioned that. So when Ivy said, can it be revised and make changes? On my own personal view, I do make changes in my commitment once in a while. With the main focus still on, not to be too hard on myself. Yes, I think it's about time now.
But personal commitment, normally we are very clear, so no need to change. Normally, no need, not necessary to change at all. But for us that in community involved with many people, that we have to be more flexible. And the commitment is still, again, as what Jean say, will be in line to our objective, our purpose.
AuntieBoleh, you are muted.
Okay, sorry, keep. Okay, good evening, Louise. I think first time I see you, and there's a question, Shiroda. When a person shows commitment, I can hold that person accountability. What do you think? That's why this is that person. We don't hold commitment is to yourself. Whether that person also when she make commitment, she has to. Account on herself. She herself have to make a certain promise of what she do. I think so. This we cannot hold that person accountable or what. I think so. What do you think, Jim? Maybe for last you answer about this.
If in my case, if a person, I have to see what type of commitment now. And to hold a person accountability, sometimes we need to use compassion as well. So it depend on case to case. So it's difficult to give you a good answer. Yeah, for Yen Yi Louis said, we need to know more about the situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's time we have to say bye bye. Thank you, Yenyi. First time see you here. Good evening. Yeah. So good evening to my viewers here. So it's time to say bye-bye. We have to keep on supporting our AuntieBoleh Triosome. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. 3, 2,
Bye.
1.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone.
Thank